Welcome to today. Welcome to today's real life real estate investing show where we
discuss. I'm sorry.
Nah, that's okay.
Do it again. Start over.
Welcome to the real life real estate investing show
where we discuss real life real estate situations
and we bring you real life real estate solutions.
There we go.
Okay. Shout out to Mr. Dollar of a Dime. This is his show. Just got a few questions for our co-host today. This is Everybody Eats. We got Mo Hustle and Mr. CP, Charlie Parks.
What's good? What's good?
And you are?
And I'm the grind guy. I mean, if y'all don't know me, just real quick. All right, that's enough. Okay, so I just wanted to ask a few questions real quick on how you guys got started in real estate. So, Mo Hustle.
So my name is Monique Williams, a.k.a. Mo Hustle in the real estate world. I'm originally from Flint, Michigan. Been in Atlanta since January 2004. Like many, I watched a lot of HGTV and, other shows on TV. And, of course, had a liking in real estate. And actually, this gentleman here told me about real estate probably back in, like, 07, 08. I really didn't understand real estate investing at the time. So I was thinking from an agent's perspective, just showing houses. If you don't sell, you don't eat. So, at that time in my life, I had a mindset where you work, get a 401k, the safe traditional way of working. But over the past little bit over 2 years now, I've been doing real estate investing. So at the moment, I am a member of Everybody Eats Real Estate Group, where we focus on wholesaling. We do have other goals, but at the moment, we're all focusing on wholesaling. And as of recently, I've also started assistant project managing with Westside Community Builders. So that's my background.
Okay.
Dope.
And Mr. Parks?
My name is Charlie Parks. Grew up in Atlanta. First heard about wholesaling when I was actually in college in Middle Georgia. Went to a Rich Dad seminar, paid all that money for the course. Then, me and Contrell, another member of Everybody Eats, we spent our money, YouTube videos, trying to figure out how we can do it. So I took a break from it, got into the real world, worked 2 jobs, just grinding. So Contrell actually introduced me to the grind guy. So I was like, all right, if Contrell say he legit, I'm going to rock with him. So I was like, how can I provide value? So I came out with Contrell one day out in the field. And the same day I met the grind guy, I met Monique. But I came out there with my camera. I'm like, hey, I can document the process.
Camera? What do you keep a camera?
Yeah, so I keep a camera. My business is Visions by Legit. So, I was trying to figure out how I can add value to the grind guy, because I know, a lot of people hit him up a lot of the times, like, hey, I want to learn real estate, and I didn't want to waste his time. And after that, I just followed them around and just pretty much been consistent. Well, now I'm more consistent, but
He's closing deals.
Yeah,
he's closing deals. He's closing deals. He's closing
so
deals.
that's how I got into wholesaling and whatnot.
Okay. So let's talk about what's currently going on for you guys right now. Mo Hustle, you got a lot going on right now. You had a few projects in the city. You guys like the West Side. So let's talk about some of the projects you guys got going on.
Okay. So right now, we currently have Your Renovation underway, which is Your Renovation.
What was that?
Your Renovation.
Oh, okay.
Yours.
Mine.
Yes, yours.
Okay. I see
the grind guy.
Okay.
So this is his first flip.
First gut flip.
Since he failed to really introduce himself, I'll just kind of fill in a little bit. So the grind guy has actually been doing real estate on the investing side, particularly wholesaling, for a little bit over 18 years now.
18
going on 19.
A little bit over 18 years
now.
And
tell me about your why.
Okay, well, this is how I got started, you guys. I had a daughter right out of high school, and throughout my years growing up, my passion was basketball. That's all I did all my life. I know you viewers watching, y'all know what it is. Don't have me pull up on the court. I pull up at any gym. Y'all, let's stick back. Yeah. So graduated high school. Had a daughter 5 days after we graduated from high school, and a mentor of mine that was running the gym that I played at currently all the time was like, "Hey, John, I haven't heard from you in a while. I haven't seen you. You know, you always come to the gym. What's going on, man? I heard you had a daughter. What's going on? What are you doing currently?" And I was like, "Man, I mean, right now, man, I'm just working." At the time, I was working like 2 jobs, and like throughout that process, he was like, "Look, man, I don't care what's going on. I know you're not going to college. I know how you feel about your daughter. I feel the same way about my son. I'm gonna show you something to change your life." And over the summer, I was with him every day. When I say every day, he lived in Alpharetta. I lived in Gwinnett. I would drive and be at his driveway every morning at 6 o'clock. When he woke up, he like, "Man, what you doing out here?" Like, you know, but I was hungry. I kind of knew what real estate was, but I really didn't have a concept of it. And I just jumped, man. I just jumped. As you guys see it, when you see me, it's a lot of energy. I'm very passionate about what I do and providing for my family and my wife. So that's how I got started in the business. I rode around with him for 3 months before I closed on my first deal. Closed on my first deal. Went to a seminar where a lot of people were there. Georgia Rhea at that. Big Guru was talking, and he called out my deal actually. And he called out. He said, "It's a young guy. You know, he's 19 years old. What? You know, if he was here right now, I would definitely like to meet him." And my mentor looked at me. I looked at my mentor, and we was like, "Okay." I just got up and went up there. Make a long story short, after the meeting, it was about 45 people in line. They had checks, and they wanted to know, you know, can I find them a deal like the one I had?
Oh, that was a check.
Yeah,
I thought you were handing me. Okay.
Anyway.
Now, we have viewers, so, you know, since he's talking, I didn't know if he wanted me to look, so I'm sorry. Continue.
So that's how I got started in the business. Oh, okay. Good job, Glenn. I want to shout out to the viewers. What's going on, Delano? Wilson? Camille Clark? Jeffrey? Hey, how you doing, Veronica? Miss Veronica? You can't hear us? Can you hear us now? She's saying our voice is kind of low. Can you hear us now?
Okay.
All right, so that's a little bit about me, about myself, and kind of like what I do. We came up a little over a year ago now. We came up with a theme that we wanted to do. I've been trying to build a team for a long time, right? When you talk about team building, everybody has to have the same mindset. Everybody has to have the same goals. So everybody really has to be hungry and have that grind, the same grind and the passion I have for this business. And that's when me, Monique, and Carlos were at a deal. Shout out to Carlos. Gave you a shout out, boy. Yo. We were out in the field. Me and Carlos had just contracted a deal, and we were out in the field and we were just talking. And we started talking about how we can come up with a group where everybody can eat, everybody can win. So that name just stuck out. Everybody eats. Mm-hmm. So that's part of our concept of what we do with wholesaling. But let's talk to Monique about what's going on the, her side of the projects and what's going on with her.
Okay, so again, John has his first rehab going on, his first full renovation. So it's a complete gut, and we're actually adding about a little bit over 600 square feet to the house. So the way that I actually got into real estate as well, when I started real estate investing, I was going to, various seminars, doing a lot of webinars and, just a lot of online research for probably about 6 months. And then it just got to the point to where it was like, you know what, I just want to get out here and physically do it. Wholesaling really taught me the foundation of the business. From that point, I always had interest in the renovation process. So being on site at job sites and just paying attention to the process, it was something that I wanted to get into. And I pay attention to a lot of people. I pay attention to wholesalers that are active out there, and I put my eyes on people, and I say, you know what? I'm going to do business with that person. I'm going to do business with that person. And I was out in the field one day with John, and we pulled up at one of the renovations that was going on over in Mosley Park at the time on Westview Drive, which was Tory Fance. who is the owner of Westside Community Builders, and John introduced me to him, but we walked through the property. And walking through the property, we paid attention to the intricate details of the renovation. So John was pointing out certain things like, Mo, you got to see his work because it's like really, really nice. So as you're walking through and you pay attention to finishes and the quality, you know, where the ceiling and the wall meet, you know, the edges and the paint jobs and, you know, things like that. So, you know, at that point I was just like, you know what? Okay, cool. So for me, if I say I'm going to do something, like if I tell you I can meet you right now for the very first time and I get your card, okay, I'm going to call you. I'm going to call you. So that's what I did. And, you know, from that point, the door was open and I was welcome to come and learn the process. And, you know, that's what I've been doing. So, you know, ultimately everything that we all individually do, it supports the goals of our team. You know, so we do have goals later on down the line for us to be doing different things as a team. And if everybody can bring something to the table, like, you know, the renovation process, getting the visuals down packed, because this guy right here is the beast with the camera. You know, the angles and, you know, transitions, like all that good stuff, but everything plays an intricate part. You know, our other team members that aren't here, everybody just brings something to the table. Right. You know, Contrell, Danny, you know, when it comes to systems and organization, you know, to bake a cake, you got to have a solid recipe, right? Yeah. So we are that cake, and we have the ingredients. So when we come out the oven, that thing just fluffy and ready to eat.
I like that, Mo.
Yes.
I like that.
You like that?
I like that. Okay, so Mo Hustle really just took over the show, but we gonna kick it over here to the corner to my man Charlie Parks, Mr. CP, Visions by the Legit.
Yeah, buddy. So pretty much like I said before, I wanted to add value to the team. So I was like, what's the best way I can add value? So, you know, with me searching the internet, I'm like, nobody's really documenting the process in the way I would. So, you know, I'm talking to John, just making sure everything's okay with me documenting the process. So, you know, while I'm documenting the process, my mindset is like, you know what, I'm going to be all in. So I didn't tell nobody I quit my job. I wouldn't recommend nobody doing this. Nobody. Quit my job, no savings. I'm just like, I'm going to grind it out. Because I know for me, when I have a safety net, I don't do well at many things. So I said, let me take the safety net away. Let me just, you know, hone in on real estate. So, you know, throughout being in the field, for me, when I do videography and I do a lot of documenting, it helps me when I go back home and I go through the footage. So, you know, going through, I remember the first time I met John and Monique. It's the same way they were then, it's the same way they are now. Right. High energy. We were at one of the investors' properties on the west side or whatnot, and, you know, Contrell was right. Yeah, Olympian Way.
Okay.
You guys came back, you know, talking numbers, and the main thing you guys said, if the numbers don't make sense, you know, the deal is not going to work, and no matter how attractive the deal is. So, you know, through me, you know, always showing up. I mean, not even having enough money to put in my gas tank, you know, to go out to some of those meetups. So I'm like, hey, Contrell, can I ride with you? He's like, yeah, man, let's go. Bring my camera, meet up with them, and just showing up consistently. You know, I don't feel like I'm the best negotiator. I'm not great at systems, but with me, I show up, whether I feel like it or not. So, you know, continuously to show up, providing value, and throughout the year, you know, it's brought me a lot of business through me being consistent with video work, drone footage, photo shoots. So that, you know, that's what I kind of do with Everybody Eats, you know, document the process, vlogs, closings, and everything like that.
So tell the people how important it is to document the process. Like how important it is. I could tell you for me what Business by Legit has done for, you know, just for us as a whole, as a team.
I know for me, when it comes to documenting the process, like you see the growth. And when I look back on the recent closing, we've recently had, you know, John and Monique, they say, stay in the yellow, stay in the yellow. So from the first day, I picked up the key from the seller.
Hold on real quick. I ain't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Tell them what stay in the yellow means.
Stay in the yellow, for me and the team, it means like the deal is not closed until you actually get the wire in your account or whatnot. So a lot of times when I just started, I got a deal, we closed. Then I didn't really know about the whole process of the title getting clearing. And I was really uneasy, but when it comes to them, you know, they just like, stay in the yellow. I'm like, what you mean stay in the yellow? Like, should I be worried? No, it's all about trusting the process.
Right.
Or whatnot. But when it comes to documenting the process, it's easy for me to go back and see my growth from when I was at my first deal. John was like, call the seller. I was like, what you mean, call the seller in front of you guys? And now I'll call somebody in a quick second or whatnot. And that's what it means for me to, like, it means a lot to document the process because you see your growth. And for me, I show my friends my vlogs that wants to get in real estate. They like, wow, like, they don't even think they have the heart, the patience to get into this game. So, Monique, what is it for you to, like, document the process?
Documenting the process is very important, but one of the key things I think is consistency in documenting the process. When you're consistent in documenting the process, for one, it shows people that you're actively doing something. You know, with social media where it is these days, people use social media to portray anything that they want, however they want. But exactly, what's the reality?
Yeah, right.
You know, so for instance, if you guys follow the Grind Guy, you know, every morning by the time you wake up, you know, he's already probably gone live on his way to the gym because he does that every morning at like 4:55.
Yep. Good job, Mo.
Yeah. And, you know, he's already posted some type of positive message that really inspires and motivates everybody that follows. But guess what? If he stopped doing that for a week, then people will be like, well, what's going on with the Grind Guy, right?
He ain't legit.
Exactly. So, you know, when it comes to documenting the process, you know, I agree with Charlie, you know, it shows your growth, but it also shows your consistency. And, you know, part of documenting is to start from point A and go to point Z, I'm going to say, because it's a journey. So, is everybody still hearing us okay out there?
Everybody can hear us okay?
Do we have any questions coming through, John? Any comments?
We really don't have any questions. Ron said, we ain't going to, Ron Demott.
Oh, gosh. What's
Big
up, Ron?
What's going on, Ron? He said real stuff. We're not going to say what Ron said, but, you know, we can all read. Real stuff. Not having a safety net will show you who you are. He was referencing what you said about, you know, just jumping out there and going and not really having a safety net. Robin said, yes, it does, Ron. Chris Enze said, show up. Robin said, get the, I guess he's saying get the check. Chris Enze also said, a deal is not closed until you have the money to spend, or a deal is not closed until you can spend the money. Rob Yancey, what's up, Big Rob, said, yeah, man. Tim Harvey said, what's up, fam? And Chris Enze said, yes, sir. So
nice.
We got, I guess everybody can hear us out there. So we're doing pretty good with this right now. But what I want to talk about when you say documenting the process, man, like, all right, so about 2 years, almost 3 years now, the wife had told me to start just documenting everything I do. So use social media as a tool. Use social media because I was doing so much. She's like, I don't know how you do it. So why don't you just post on social media so you can get everybody else and grab some people and they're on what you're putting out, your type of energy, your mindset, your goals. Because without that, I don't think the team would be here right now. So I started using that as a tool. I use social media as a tool to try to, you know, grasp out and reach out to people and let people know what I was really doing, not, you know, what people showing on TV and telling you know.
Real life real estate investing.
Real life real estate investing. There you go. Shout out. Hashtag real life real estate investing. We getting shouts out to Glenn Glassford right now. He's the man. We on his show. I'm hosting. Right? I'm taking over. We taking over today. Everybody eats.
Everybody
y'all see it. So let's go back to let's talk about the renovations that you have going on again at this time. I know you were talking about my particular renovation.
Okay.
Let's talk about some other projects you have going on.
So we also have another project in motion. Ramon Took's team, Took's Development. It's over in the Mosley Park area as well. Westview, right around the corner from John on Westview Drive. So that's another exciting renovation. And then we also have Miss Ivy Sears from Ivy League Investments or Ivy League Properties. She has a project in motion over on Lanier Drive in Sylvan Hills, and also in the negotiations with a couple others. We have one other, but those are the three that are in motion. I just lost my train of thought.
Don't worry about it. We good. Mo is very intelligent, so she probably got a lot of.
I have a lot of things
going on right now. She probably want to just take over, and it's all of us.
I do.
And we ain't gonna let her do that right now because it's all three of us. So we got a great question here. The Good Stock Group. He's asking, what was the most challenging deal, and how did we get it closed? I know for a fact that we got two people here that had challenging deals and challenging times in this process. What was your most challenging deal, and how did you get it closed?
My most challenging deal was my first real deal. It was in Pittsburgh, a house on Coleman Street, and I got to shout out Tim Harvey and Will Galloway, Wholesalers Arrest.
What's going on, y'all?
That's who I actually ended up partnering with on that deal. So that was the probate deal. And it was a situation where the son of the deceased mother, he's not even like that old, but he's an older gentleman, just to be honest with you, alcoholic. And this is real because a lot of who we deal with when it comes to dealing directly with homeowners versus investors, they don't know what we know, right? All they want to do is get rid of this house and get the money. So the mother did not have a will, and it was a long process because he and his brother were the only two living children, and they go at it. They don't see eye to eye. So long story short, it took 11 months.
Hold on. 11 months to close her first deal. Now, God, I don't know about y'all, but 11 months? 11, not 1 month, not 2, not 3, 11, almost a year to close her first deal.
Mind you, I did make money on another deal previously. It was just like a quick claim deed. And this first deal, I was not fully invested at the time.
Okay.
When it was actually contracted.
Okay.
So from the time that I contracted it to the time that we actually closed was 11 months total. But when I basically followed up on the deal, and then I was like, you know what, let me just find a buyer for this and actually get somebody interested, let them know the situation, and I contracted it with Will and Tim. And I remember Will asked me one day, he was like, Mo, I can't remember exactly what he said verbatim, but he said, like, you still think this deal gonna happen? And I'm like, yeah. Like, it's taking a lot. And, I mean, literally, I was going from address to address of the siblings, like everybody that needs to sign the document for probate court, in order for this son to be the heir, because the wife was also married, the mother was also married, and her deceased husband, he was on the house as well. So they didn't have any relationship with his children. And I mean, somebody skip traced Jessica Myers. Thank you, Jessica. She skip traced one of the other children for me, and it was like 3 addresses that came up. One was in Mableton, right? I drive all the way to Mableton. I'm like, dang. So I get out the car. I go knock on the door. Nobody answers. And on a piece of paper, I just write a note, leave it in the mailbox. I'm calling, leaving voicemails, whatever. I go to another address. It's in Southeast Atlanta. Pull up at like 8:30 at night. I call John. I said, John, it's a TV on in the house. People are here. But it's late and it's dark and I'm by myself. He was like, Mo, don't get out the car. So I looked around and I was like, I got some paper in here. So I wrote a note and put it in the mailbox. And the next day, no lie, I pulled into the West End Mall parking lot. I was driving for dollars. And I pulled into the West End Mall parking lot and I said, you know what? I've called all these numbers, been by all the addresses. How am I going to get in contact with this lady? I pull my phone out literally as soon as I go to dial her number, my phone rings and it's her. I said, won't he do it?
Won't he do it?
He did it.
I mean,
she said, baby, this is where I work at. Come tomorrow. I'll sign the paper. And from there, that was the final signature that I needed. And then from there, it was just smooth sailing. Once everything was complete at probate court, we went and picked up the document from the court, and we closed the next day.
Do y'all hear that? I mean, talk about a success story right here by itself, right? Mo Hustle, what did she do? She trusted the process. She didn't quit. She never quit. It was times she was calling me like, John, I don't know. This just ain't working. But her mindset, it was times when she got, thrown off track, and it's good to have a team so you can call other team members and feed off that energy. Hey, I don't know, man. Right now it's just not working. What do I do? you know, it's always good to have those team members, because
right.
we don't know what would have happened if Mo would have got out of the car and would have knocked on the door. You know?
I want to say this too for people that are looking to get in this. It's what we do is not easy. We get frustrated. There are days when you're just like, you know what? But if you think about going to apply or for a job or, you know, whatever, and you go back to work and then you make this part-time again, you have to question if this is for you or not. Mm-hmm. I joke around and be like, y'all, I might have to, well, I've joked around, be like, y'all, I might have to go back to corporate America. And I'd be like, psych, not happening, you know, because I can't see myself back in that. When I left it, I left it. And just like with, you know, people, sometimes you gotta, I was about to say like guys, but you know, sometimes,
oh boy,
never mind,
here we go. Stay on track of the business. Okay, so Charlie, let's give your insight on, you know, what's been your most challenging deal and how you got it closed.
All of my deals have been challenging, and the only reason I say that is because I'm still new to this. So, you know, get a deal under contract, and I always just immediately doubt myself, like, oh, it's not a good deal, nobody's gonna buy it. But, you know, I'm calling John, like, hey, what you think about this deal? John is just, you know, John,
lock it in, bro.
Lock it in. He like, trust the process, and then he'll let you know, you're like, bro, like, these numbers kind of tight. And with me, I'm like, bro, I need this to work no matter. I don't care if I get paid $500. Like, I need this deal to work.
Hey, true story.
So, you know, it comes with me calling everybody. I call everybody. Hey, what's up, Mo? I was like, man, I need a deal closed. She was like, don't you guys stand on the contract? Well, Charlie, trust the process. You know, stuff like that. So when I say almost every deal has been difficult to close, it just comes with me and me getting more experience and just doing. The word of the month is just do.
Just do.
So,
what's just do mean?
Man, it's just do. You don't really think of you have to think about your actions, but if you let too much thinking going on, you're really not going to do anything. So this past month it's just been just do. So with the last deal, this was it came from a referral. And called the lady. She was like, hey, come pick up the key. Got in the car, picked up the key, you know, just continuously to take action. So it came to the point, I'm like, man, John, the title messed up. I'm like, man, it's just like, I'm like, man, I got to find another deal. But he like, trust the process. And then it comes with also doing whatever it takes to get the deal closed, like doing more due diligence, communicating. So with everything that I've been experiencing, it's about taking action and using the people that you have in your group to, you know, lead you in the right direction.
Okay. So real quick, what we're going to do is, hey, everybody watching right now, sharing your other groups. Share on Facebook, share on Instagram, you know, sharing the other groups. You know, this is a real great show right now. This is the Everybody Eats Takeover of Mr. Real Estate, Mr. Dollar of a Dime, Real Life Real Estate Investing Show. So everybody sharing the group, man, because this is positive energy that you guys are getting. And y'all seeing behind the scenes of Everybody Eats, behind the scenes of the grind, guy. Y'all are seeing what actually really happens and what we do every day. So, real quick, shout out to all the Instagram viewers. Also, you guys share in other groups as well. Continue to show or share the show. And also what we wanted to do is talk about wholesaling. Talk about what it is to get to a deal. What it is, how'd you get to your deal? Like how we get the next deal. Right now, if we leave out of here, which we leaving out of here, we going to be going back to the field. You know, we really do this. So when we leave this show, it'll be about 1 o'clock, 1:15, 1:30, you know, in that round. What are we gonna do when we leave this show? I know, Charlie, you just closed on a deal last week, a couple weeks. Well, what was it then?
A week ago.
About a week ago. Okay. So what did you do? What are you doing right now? Like when you close that deal, what does it feel like to go through the whole process?
One question, John. One question.
What?
You just asked like 3 questions.
Okay, my bad. What does it feel like real quick, I gotta ask him this. What did it feel like to really walk through because you know we show each other. I'm showing the business to the team, but they're actually going through the whole process and understanding what it is to close a deal. If I'm not there, he can close a deal without me. So what did you do? Like, how did you feel after you getting that check and you basically did this deal?
All right. So you want me to be honest?
Be honest.
I was like, man, I'm about to start turning up. I'm about to do this. I'm about to do that. But when it really sets in, waiting for that wire, I'm calling John like, yeah, the attorney said they didn't get the wire. So I remember that day I was at home. I was just like, man, what am I really going to do with this amount of money that comes in? Because a lot of us, we don't really know what to do with the money or whatnot. So when I got the money, I was like, all right, I can't mess this up. And I can't, like, not continue to work. Because a lot of times we say you're only one deal away. And one deal away it doesn't mean like you're one deal away from retiring. It's like that one deal away from you to be able to invest back into your business. So the biggest thing for me right now is to invest back in the business and continuously to take massive imperfect action. So right after this, I'm not going to go back in the field, but I'm going to get on those phones and call till I can't call anymore or whatnot. And that's where most of my leads come from, cold calling, jobbing for dollars, and things like that.
So Charlie, I know you're the interviewer, but I got a question for you. So how many calls per day are you making, and how many hours do you spend making calls?
Well, so with me, I'm at the process like, all right, how many calls can I make in 2 hours? How many calls can I make in 4 hours? So the most calls I've made it in a day is like 300, but I haven't been doing 300 calls consistently. Mm-hmm. So,
but for 300 calls, how many hours of the day does that take?
Well, so we're now implementing a phone dialing system where we're going to be able to make more.
Don't give all the jewels away. Just how many hours?
So when I made 300 calls,
Good job, Mo.
When I made 300 calls, but everybody.
How long did it take?
Everybody yeah. When I made 300 calls, it took me almost all day, honestly.
Okay,
but
so they're 24 hours in a day. So you're talking about like maybe 8? Or
I say about 6 hours.
6 hours total.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So, all right. So we got some good questions here. Ron, Gil said he loves getting cursed out. Nothing fuels his energy more. Nothing fuels him more than getting cursed out. And we know if Charlie made 300 calls, how many curse outs did you get?
A lot.
A lot. So probably more than.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm like, man, nah, let me stop.
So this is real life real estate, man, and we giving real life real estate problems, solutions. We giving y'all the juice right now. Glenn, you got my check. Oh, no, I'm just fine. But yeah, so we just we love what we do, man, and we trust the process and we enjoy what we doing. So
let me say this, and also like when I first started doing real estate, I was trying to do what John was doing, but like I was like, all right, I'm gonna just do whatever John do. But John, he's been in this 18 years, so me coming in, I don't have the contacts, I don't have that rapport built with everybody. Like when I met these two, like everybody speaks good about their name, and they all, they continuously do good business. And one of the things these guys tell you is, and ladies,
No. I just thought about something. Go ahead.
Yeah,
but do good business, and it's about volume. A lot of people pick the number over the relationship, and that's the main thing I learned. It's all about the relationship. So.
I love it, man. I love what Charlie's saying right now, but we're going to let Mo do what Mo does. Go ahead, Mo.
So, I want to touch on something, okay? So, as a female in the industry, right? In any industry that we're in as women, it's going to always be more challenging for us, right? So, I was just actually thinking, the first deal that I just told you guys about, that was a fib. Right. That was not my first deal. My very first real deal was with John, and
I'll let you talk. Go ahead. Yeah, we
gotta tell this story.
Yeah, so
power ghost.
Yeah, this is for real.
Yeah, I just want to say that. Yeah.
But okay, so as a woman in this business, I'm not gonna say that we have to work harder, but we do, and that's just natural in life. It's nothing we can change about it. But you got to have the mindset, right? So for me, one thing that I've had to do, and John made a post this morning, and it was number 5. What was number 5?
Number 5 was eliminate those people, or not being a people pleaser.
Not being a people pleaser.
Stop being a people pleaser.
Stop being a people pleaser. And that, for me, out of all the items on that list, because
stuck out.
I think
you wrote in there number 5.
Okay,
yeah,
no, you're fine. But, and I think for most women, because we have nurturing souls and, you know, just the nature of being a woman, you have to really have thick skin. And you have to know how to position yourself in the industry. Okay? I don't think that I do anything any differently than the guys do. You know, if they put out a bandit sign, I put up my own bandit sign.
Yes, she does.
I do some things that some of them won't do, you know? Like, I'll walk up on a stranger and... No, I'm not saying like you will, but there are some people like, man, Mo, you got balls. And I'm like, I don't, but, you know, I'm not afraid to do some things, right? But that's just within the makeup of me.
Right. She's from Flint, y'all, by the way. Flint, Michigan. Flint town.
Yes. So, with that being said, my very first real deal was I was working with John and someone that was like a mentor for me at the time, and that really was taking advantage of my kindness. And, you know, the deal, we should have made more money than what we made. But, you know, at the end of the day, demand your respect and do that by conducting your business accordingly. So the main thing that I learned from that is to always put everything that you verbally discuss, put it on paper. Contract it, everybody sign off, and give that to your closing attorney. So no matter what's said, this is what's documented, because when it's in black and white versus just verbal, it's going to really hold or have your back in business. So
what happened?
It's a long story. It's a long story. And we're running out of time.
We don't want to tell the viewers what really happened, but, you know, y'all watch Power. You know, Ghost. Something we're going to say. We're going to leave it right there.
The grind, y'all would have seen John. You know how Ghost, what's his real name?
James.
I know. So James St. Patrick versus Ghost. You got John and you got the grind.
Everybody don't know the John. They just know the grind.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So, all right.
Don't try to say home.
But anywho, but I just wanted to touch on, you know, females in
Yeah,
the business.
that was good. That was good because, you know, a lot of times.
Mm-hmm. And it's a lot of women that do what we do.
Oh,
it's a lot of women that do what we do.
They out here. So, again, another question that we had here. So for you, Charlie, Rob said that's where he comes in, Investment Strategies 101.
Oh, yeah,
so,
indeed.
Shout out to Rob and Investment Strategies 101. You know, he got this course going, so you guys reach out to Rob Yancey on that. Ron said, Mo is Tommy. Laugh out loud. Gil said he cold calls as well. Which are the best hours that we find to be the best? So,
for me, I don't really try to ask myself like what's the best hours. I think for me it's immediately to take action, because when I was trying to figure out the best times to cold call, I ended up not taking any action at all. So I just immediately start dialing, and you know that's for me to get my reps in. So I know for me I get rusty, you know, after one day of not calling. So I just try to call, no matter what time. You know, not past 8 o'clock.
Not past 8.
Not past 8 o'clock. So just don't call too late or whatnot, I would say.
Ron also says, how does the everyday look for everybody eats? Give us a breakdown on the consistent things that we do every day, which we kind of just did. Cold call, driving for dollars, what was that, projects. We got bandit signs.
So I would say really everybody's schedule is different.
Every day.
You know, some people work. So you have some people that may say, you know what, I have to be to work at this time. Normally I will leave at 7, but they may leave at 6 to give them time to drive for dollars on their way to work. Mm-hmm. And then on their way home, you know, things like that. And then, of course, on the weekend or off days, you know, for us that are full-time, you definitely have to have a consistent routine. Mm-hmm. You know, so like for me with the project managing, it's like now I've had to, and I'm still in the process of doing this, but, you know, having some consistency in the time before and after, you know, that starts and even during. But I want to go back to the cold calling too. Mm-hmm. One thing that I want to touch on, for one, a lot of these people may be in different time zones, right? Mm-hmm. So think about your absentee owners that may be on the West Coast. Okay?
Hold up. Guys, did y'all hear that? I mean, she giving y'all some real gems, man. You ain't supposed to give them everything, Mo.
I'm not giving them everything. It's just a little bit.
Okay, we just want to, you know, we giving y'all, we enlighten y'all on some information. Don't give them everything.
Glenn says sprinkle.
I'm just playing.
Sprinkling.
I'm just playing, man. Like, you know, you guys are getting some valuable information. I mean, just watching the show, you might be able to do some wholesale deals when you know, after you watch the show, you might be able to go drive for dollars and, you know, connect with Everybody Eats or Mr. Dollar Dime and get some deals done. Okay, back to you, Mo.
Okay. So, and then some people that you may be calling, they may be retired, right? Some may work, you know. So I think it's good to have a variety of times. And the thing is, too, with cold calling, you can get you can get burnt out on it a little bit. So am I going to sit there and make calls from 12 noon to 6 p.m.? No. Not going to do it. So might break up, call from like, say, 12 to 2, right? And then guess what? If the majority of the people, because I am in the Atlanta area, might be local, from 4 to 7 is a good time too, because most people are getting off of work or at home between those times, you know, so, or, you know, 5 to 8, you know, things like that. But, you know, just blocking the times off and just really being consistent. So.
Wow. Okay. Well, I just want to say this. A team is so important, y'all. I've been out here like everybody, you know, we saying 18 years, a little over 18 years now. And my team is a little over a year old. We're a little over a year old as we join together, and we, you know, we feed off each other's ideas and what we're doing to grow and build. But there's nothing like a team, because you can take this team and go anywhere. We can go jump off a plane right now, land in Arizona, and attack Arizona. So Arizona, y'all stay tuned. I know Sean Terry and all y'all out there, but we coming. I just want to throw that out there.
And I even want to, since we're talking about teams, I want to touch on this. Within our real estate community, and I posted something about this morning, we have relationships with each other. So, you know, Glenn reached out to John and said, hey, you know, you and a couple members of your team, come on, you know, it's enough out here for all of us to eat, to do well. And one thing I can say, there are so many of us that support each other as teams, as groups.
Yes.
And there's so many people that I could speak highly of. I don't want to do that because I don't want to leave anybody out.
Right.
Sound like I'm doing a VMA award, you know. No, I'm just joking.
you don't got your list on you?
Nah, I don't have my list, and I don't want to leave anybody out.
Right.
But, you know.
Right.
But, you know, I just want to say that it's important to support each other. It's very important, because when we do business with each other, you never know when you might need somebody. And it's not even about the need. It's just doing the right thing. Like when you have morals and, you know, just intangibles that can't be taught, but are just embedded in the way that you're built.
Right.
It takes you a long way. So I just want to shout out all the different groups that continuously and consistently do the right things and show love and support. Because it's so many people, like, you know, outside of my team, I communicate with on a regular. You know, we have each other's backs, we support each other, and it's real, you know?
Yep. And when we talk about, like, team, we talk about integrity. Like, we all on the same page. You know, there's nobody that's trying to do anything different on this team. Everybody Eats. We all have the same goals and have the same morals and respect for one another. Now, it might be a time where everybody wants to try to venture off and do something different, but stick to the what?
Script.
The plan, script, basics. Stick to the
basics.
Stick to the basics. When we say stick to the basics, it's when you join the team, it's certain roles and avenues that you have to be successful. So be good at one thing first before you just try to take on the whole thing. Am I right?
Yes.
Big old facts.
Yes.
Because wholesaling is what? Is
foundation.
I heard you say wholesaling. What we do is not easy.
Oh no, it's not easy at all.
Right. So there has to be some type of, you know, plan, some type of format for you to take on wholesaling. What's your lane? What would be your first thing that you do coming into the group and learning the business? What are you doing to get to your deal? I kind of asked this question before, but I want to make sure that everybody's understanding what is being done.
First thing you do to get to your deal? The
first thing that you want to do to get to a deal. If you leave here right now, you don't have no knowledge of the business. You just overheard us talking. We got a young man that's in here that's watching. And the first thing he should do when he leaves out of here, if he wanted to just wholesale. Go ahead, Mom.
Oh, when I first started, I picked up the phone and anybody's business card that I got at a meetup or whose phone number that really, really, really just kind of left a good impression with me, I call them.
Okay.
And I just said, hey, where are you? Are you in the field today? Do you mind if I pull up on you or hop in the car with you?
Let me tell you what that means. That means, you know, your net. When y'all hear me say all the time, meetings make you money, right? That's what I mean by meetings make you money. You can network with different individuals. If you go into a real estate meetup, these individuals are doing real estate. Mm-hmm. You know, everybody might not be on the same page in how they do business, but you're actually seeing people in action doing the business.
And I'm gonna say this too: you might not have had breakfast this morning, right? But I may have. So guess what? You're gonna be hungrier than me. But I don't know that if you don't show me that, right? So you have to show people your hunger because everybody's time is not worth your time.
Man, Mo, you about to have, boy. Hey, Monique, follow Monique Williams. Follow Monique Williams. Everybody eats, you know, she doing it all. So y'all see, hey, if y'all don't follow her, y'all better, hey, I don't know what to say here. Charles, it's on you.
Hype man.
Yeah, hype man, yeah. Hype. I've always been the hype man.
I think I said it before. Figure out how you can add value to someone that has knowledge in the real estate game. But, you know, if you're watching right now, you don't have any way to, like, buy leads. I say, you know, get to know your neighborhood, get in the car, and drive by the houses, write down the houses that looks distressed, look them up on the Tax Assessor website, and figure out a way you can skip trace and call them. Simple as that.
So let's talk about that real quick, because it's a lot of people saying, how can they get involved on our team? So, Ron asked that question, and a lot of people were asking us.
Ron asked that?
Yeah.
I thought we were supposed to have a meeting with Ron.
He just said that too. He just said that. He just said.
Oh, we have meetings, Ron. Meetings make money. Let's do it.
Lunch on Ron. Lunch on. No,
it's
playing. But yeah. So he asked, how will we get joined on the team? So when we built this team, right? It was, I think when we first started, we had about 20 people in the field.
Man, it was like many people.
We had about 20 people in the field with us, right? So what we decided to do, and what I decided to do, I felt like, you know, once we got a certain group of people on with the same mindset, that we would want to stick to that, right? So that's kind of like what we did. But what happened
first, though, because at first, you know, everybody, I mean, we would be pulling up like multiple people in multiple cars, and what happened, you just started seeing people kind of fizzle away.
Right.
So I remember you were just like, man, like everybody really not hungry like that, you know? So that's when you figured that out.
Right. So when they say grind guy, like I can't make this up. Somebody called me this, right? And I figured, you know, I left the meeting. Somebody said, man, you like the grind guy. Like, you always on the grind. So I figured, I said, you know what? That name sounds so good. I'm going to just go ahead and just do this thing. So that's why y'all hear grind guy. Y'all hear that a lot. But what I mean by that is when we say grind, that means this is an everyday hustle. You got to get out here and get it. These people, look, she's telling you that, you know, she's giving you the formula. He's giving you the formula to get out here and be great in this business.
But to go back to the question, John, how can they
But yeah, yes, Mo, she does this all the time.
No, I'm just trying to get you.
We do this all the time, like brother, sister, brother. Like we always all get into it. And Mo normally cuts us all off.
No, I don't.
Charlie.
Sometimes. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Stay on track, John.
Yeah, all right. Well, we're going to get to that. That's why we got a whole hour. I know we're running out of time. We probably got like 5 minutes. 10 minutes. Okay, be good. Okay. Whoa.
Stay on track, John.
So, okay. Hold on. Calm down. This girl here, man. This is what we got. This is why. It's okay. It's okay, man. All right. So, how would you get started on this team? Like, how would anybody, if they want to join the team? So, I'm gonna give you all a real tip because I was saying about the team. I was talking about the team and how we were able to build the team and keep our team. So what I was saying is that we start off as a team, and I was saying that, you know, we had a lot of people, and we became that one team. Right. But you cut me off, so that threw me off. Y'all ain't catch that. She did cut me off. But so what I meant by that is like when we built our team, and y'all see us out, you know, we have an Everybody Eats night, which is coming soon. So y'all stay tuned because Charlie gonna put the sauce on it. You know, business by legit. But we started a team, right? And it became more than a team because we all hold each other accountable. Like, it's real. Like, we real serious about each other. Like, somebody called Charlie and somebody pull up on Charlie, man. You know, Charlie be like, hey, John, look, John Trail, I'm over here. Like, you know, we pulling up.
It ain't going to be no phone calls. Let me stop.
No, we just play, y'all. We just showing the love for one another that we really genuinely have. And that's always good to have as a team really knowing that people have your back. But as far as, people getting started on the team, we really not going outside of what we have right now. But a way to get in, a way to get in and involved in the team is you can kind of come out with us as a team in a unit, and we'll kind of show you what to do, and we can all help you get to your goal. We're really big on visual and seeing it. So right now, they getting ready to tell you what everybody should have, because I was big on this, what everybody should have in their home, where they see and they look at every day.
A vision board.
Facts.
Vision board. So what a vision board is what?
It's like a dry erase.
A dry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Charlie's hungry.
I got it.
But no, it's like a dry erase board or whatever you have in your house that you're going to look at or see on a consistent basis to remind you of your goals, where you are, track your progress, and things like that.
Okay. So give us something that's on your vision board, Mo. Tell us something that's on your vision board.
The very first thing on my vision board, it says 2018 goal. So I have an actual goal for the year. And I know it's something that I need to personally work on. And in all capital letters, it says consistency.
That's big, y'all. That's big. To have and see that every day. She wakes up, she look at that board and see consistency. Try it at home. Try getting a vision board and writing the word consistency.
Yeah, I mean, something that you need to work on individually, and for me, because I can get sidetracked, or I've had times in the past to where I've juggled so many things at once instead of just focusing on one thing.
She got more than one hustle, so I know the name where the Mo Hustle come from. That's how she got Mo Hustle. She has more than one hustle.
They gave me that name, actually.
Yeah, we did.
So Mo Hustle, just like how the grind guy was given to John and he just adopted it, it was given to me because everybody used to be like, dang, Mo, a hustler.
Yep.
And, when we be out in the field putting up signs, I'm on go mode all the time.
All the time.
From the time I wake up, it takes me about 5 minutes to get amped pre-coffee. So it's natural,
Don't let her get the coffee.
No, but I'm just saying it's natural. But that's where the name came from. They gave it to me. And, I ran with it. So, legit. Where did legit come from?
Legit.
Well,
I like legit.
Like, legit is not really my nickname, but it's kind of like a system that, I would like to live by, that I try to live by. And legit is pretty much just striving to be legit, doing everything the right way. Because growing up in my family, like, everybody has sold drugs or, in jail for doing those things. So I was like, man, you can, become a successful person, and the way that helps me, live by a certain guideline is like, striving to be legit. And it coincides with everybody eats, because John, as many times as I wanted to cut corners, he's like, nah, you gotta do it the right way. And so striving to be legit just came from, what I aspire to be, and doing everything the right way, whether it's a long way or whatnot. I pretty much surround everything around legit. Visions by legit. That's photography, drone, and I just like everything to be legit. I call John. I'm like, is this deal legit? Is this person legit? And immediately, a person respects the standard of being legit. So yeah. And
most of the time, if you call me, do you get valid facts? Can you look up the person and see if they legit, or do you want to go to somebody that's kind of,
Yeah, you have to go to somebody that has done business with a person, or just, get a second opinion or whatnot.
That's always good, because, another thing is having a team. You can go to other sources and other members of your team that may have had experiences with these prior people that somebody on your team don't know, and ask a question, right? Real quick, I gotta say this because I wanted to just really laugh out loud. Ron said, "Is Mo married? Somebody about to get a real hustler for a wife."
No, I'm not married, Ron.
Mo keeps the balance. Ron said Mo keeps the balance. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate it, Ron.
He said first time he met Mo. I'm sorry.
Go
ahead.
No, I was actually gonna respond to I keep the balance. We all actually balance each other out. If we were here as a whole, it's 6 of us that's on our team. And I wanted to kind of even go back to when we spoke about, when we spoke about how we started out with all these people as we were forming the team and trying to figure out like who is going to consist of Team Everybody Eats. So I remember Danny and Contrell, they're our team members, and I'm gonna go through and tell you guys who all makes up Everybody Eats. But Danny and Contrell actually found John on social media.
Yes, he did.
So in the midst of, he and Charlie and them getting out and trying to find ways and all that good stuff, Contrell came across John online on Facebook. Instagram. And from there, when they came about, they used to be in the field. Well, they were in the field with this originally too.
Who?
Danny and Trell.
Danny and Trell were in the field every day.
And then when all those other people fell off, then boom, who was still there? And who was still really, really just showing consistency in what it is that they wanted to do.
And let me tell y'all why. Y'all want me to tell y'all why? Y'all really want to know why? Is because these young people reached out to me, right? When the guy that taught me the business, he reached out to me, or he told me what he told me. He told me that he wasn't charging me anything. So telling y'all right now, when this team joined and we got together, I didn't charge them anything up front. There's no upfront fee, and you got to pay this and pay that. And I'm not like the regular everybody, all these big time gurus. And I'm not saying no names. I don't care about y'all talking about me or whatever, because this might offend some of y'all. But I don't care. Everybody eats. I came up with something that I felt like everybody can relate to. Right? Mm-hmm. If you do something, you should be rewarded. Right? So it should be something like a 50-50 thing. Mm-hmm. You do your work, right? And you do what you're supposed to do. When you get to the table, everybody eats. When we say everybody eats, we mean we splitting it down the line. There's no 80-20, no 70-30, no 60-40. Or you only did this, so I'm going to throw you this. I'm going to get this. Right?
No shade.
It's a 50-50 thing. We want each other to win. That's really like a big thing. Yeah. We're passionate about this. We want everybody to eat, literally. That's why y'all see the name. Everybody eats real estate.
So I think when, like when Danny and Trell, mm-hmm. They really became the other two members.
Yep.
And then, Charlie came in through them. And, when Charlie came in, he showed that, I'm trying to learn as much as I can. And it was just like it really solidified. And then once we really started bonding and spending time with each other, it just made sense. So just to let you guys know, our team is made up of Charlie Parks, Monique Williams, John Stafford, Carlos Carson, Danielle Neal, and Contrell Sims. So we all make up Everybody Eats.
Shout out to Carlos, man. Coastal Clear Power Washing.
Yes.
What's the slogan? What's the slogan? How I go? You came up with the slogan.
Oh, about keeping it coastal? Man, I forgot it. We were just playing. I forgot it.
She had a slogan for him, man, but she forgot.
Yeah.
So anyway. Shout out to Carlos.
And that's the thing too. We have various services that we do offer outside of real estate.
Everybody brings something to the table.
If you need any type of visuals, photography, videography, you got Charlie, Visions by Legit. Oh. If you need your house pressure wash, driveway, whatever, any type of services, Coastal Clear Power Washing, they're number one on Angie's list.
Number one on Angie's list. Y'all better look at Angie's list. Boy.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
And John, how can they contact Everybody Eats?
What about Monique? What are you saying?
I do real estate.
And project management.
Yes, but that's all under real estate.
Yeah, I mean, no.
Oh, sorry, I got you. Moment. I also do project.
I see.
Calm down, relax.
Oh my God.
I also do project management. So if you need a renovation, we do everything from the ground up, new construction, repairs, renos, things like that. Definitely reach out. Follow Westside Builders ATL on Instagram. My Instagram is YoungstarMGT. That's it.
And your Facebook?
And my Facebook is Monique Williams.
Okay.
So John, if anybody wants to contact Everybody Eats, stand up, show the back of your shirt.
Y'all want to contact Everybody Eats? Y'all want to be down with one of Atlanta's hottest wholesaling teams, really doing the business, really out here every day? Y'all really want this sauce? Can y'all? Everybody eating. All right, y'all want to do it. Let's do it. Come on, Melissa.
I'm let the guys do it. Y'all do it.
All right, y'all see it. Just contact that number.
Did y'all see the number?
And follow us on Instagram at Everybody Eats.
Ooh.
Yep. All right, so I'm going to just tell y'all this. If you guys want to do business, send us deals, anything like that, email Everybody Eats, EERRBODYEATS
at gmail.com.
Gmail.com.
Everybody Eats. Okay, so
404-282-2016.
and if y'all want to contact me, the Grind Guy, infamous Grind Guy, you can go to the Real Grind Guy on IG, the Real Grind Guy on Instagram, and John Stafford on Facebook, and contact Everybody Eats on Instagram. That's EERRBODYEATS. Everybody Eats.
You guys can follow me on Instagram at Visions by Legit. My personal page, Charlie Parts _.
All right.
Hey, thank you guys for tuning into the Real Life Real Estate Investing Show. Shout out to Mr. Glenn Glasper, Mr. Dollar of a Dime.
Yes.
That guy from Detroit, the D,
what
all
up,
that
though?
other. Hey, he is legit.
Yes.
So, hey, man, we enjoyed the show, man. I hope everybody enjoyed the show. Share on all your pages, whatnot. Let's do it.
Yes, we discussed real estate. What is it?
You're going to let the closing take.
You're going.